Welcome to Mental Models to Elevate Your Communication. I'm Tim, and this is the model for asking great questions, and we call it the question code. So the question code stands for, code is an acronym, and it stands for context, objective, direction, and engagement. Here's how it works. So a question with no code is raw. It's something like, so imagine someone asks you the question, why are sales down? Or when do we get our bonus? Or what's the message to the customers? These are code-free questions. Here's how to give them a code. So if you're asking the question, you want to make sure your questions have the code because you want to sound smart and you want to really help the person who you're asking the question to so they can give a great answer. And if you're the one giving the answers and you're asked a code-free question, you want to have some dialogue with the person asking the question to make sure the code is in place. So here's how it works. So the C is for context. It's why am I asking? Painting the big picture. Where is this question coming from? So let's say the question is, are we going to get our bonus? Will the bonus come on time? Question like this. The C would be, might go like, so I've got a lot of people on my team who are really concerned about the bonus. Last year, you'll remember that we missed it. My sense from where things are going is that we're not going to get a bonus this year. But if I speak to my team, I want to speak with authority and I want to really know that we're aligned. Okay, so that would be setting context. Now I know why this person is asking. The O is for objective. You're telling the person who's going to give you the answer what you want from their answer. So you might say, so I've told you the context. So what I want from your answer, what I'm looking for is some background rationale as to why we won't be getting the bonus. Another objective might be, what I'm looking for are your personal thoughts on this question. I want to be able to repeat what you yourself would say. The objective has to match, well, your needs. The D is for direction. And this is steering the person even further towards how you want to receive the answer. So let's say you're asking your question to a panel of people. What you might say is, so that's my question, all about the bonus. And first I'd like to hear from Martin from finance, and then Sonata from HR, if you could add your thoughts. And then finally, I'd like to hear from Ben, the business unit director, because if I get your different perspectives, then I'm really gonna be able to assure my team that we understand the situation. Or maybe the direction is associated with your objective in the sense that you say, well, first I'd like to know the rationale, and then I'd like a personal soundbite from you. So it's really steering the person, making it very clear what you want from the answer. And the E is for engagement, of course. So that simply says, ask your question in an interesting way, bring energy, bring enthusiasm. So you put all that around your question, and the person giving you the answer is gonna love you, because they're gonna absolutely understand where you're coming from. They know what you want from the answer. You've given them the direction, and hey, you've got them excited. They want to have dialogue with you. So that's the question code. Use it every time you ask a question. Very briefly, when you're on the stage and you're the one answering a question and it comes code-free, you ask the person, so, okay, interesting question. Why aren't we getting the bonus? Can you give me some context there? Where are you coming from in this question? Okay, thank you. And how exactly, in terms of making my answer as useful to you as possible, what are you hoping to get from this objective? And then direction, okay, interesting. Here's what I suggest. Why don't I answer, but I'm also gonna have Martin and Sonata chime in as well, just to give you their perspectives, okay? Good. So that's the question code. Use it whether you're on the asking or the answering side. I'll see you next time.